Should you go to an It Works event, maybe a green carpet experience, a one team, one mission, or our biggest event of the year, which is our conference, our Freedom Conferences? Absolutely. It doesn't matter if you've been launched properly, your sponsor is just right there with you. They've helped you launch your business with a wrap party. You're rocking it out. You've reached executive. You've moved on through Ruby, and now you're headed into Emerald. And there's a one team, one mission within a 2-3 hour driving distance from you. Should you go? Absolutely. You know, there's something about getting your butt in a seat at an event. It just takes your vision to a whole nother level, especially if you've got maybe a spouse that can ride with you that's not quite getting what you're doing. Once they go to an event like this, they start to see the dynamics and the vision of It Works Global. I know that I would not be here today if I had not gone to an event early on 20 years ago. In my first networking experience, I went to an event. I'd gotten started in my business. I was 6 months in, hadn't done a darn thing. I was just so fearful about how to build. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have my why. I didn't catch the vision. I joined and really basically was just sitting there. But I was encouraged to go to an event. I drove by myself. It took me 2 hours to get there, and it was during the week, so it wasn't really convenient. But I went. Encouraged by my sponsor, and I'm so glad that I did. I sat in a room and I listened to a gentleman talk that was my age, that had the same degree in education that I did, a teacher, stand up and talk about how he had started his business and where he was at that moment. And at that moment, he was at $200,000 a month in his company. That was unheard of income for me. And I'm sitting there listening to this, tears are welling up in my eyes because I'm realizing that I was not building my dream out of fear of what people would think. And I drove home that night in tears almost all the way home, but they were inspirational tears. I was so inspired to go out and build my business that I got up the very next day and I started taking action. And I truly believe that I would not be here today if it wasn't for me going to that event. I can't tell you enough what it did for me and what it did for my future. So yes, get to any event you can. Anybody that's doing a training, if it's within 4 or 5 hours, get in the car and go. If it's a one team, one mission, get in the car and take your distributors with you. It will change their focus and their perspective on It Works Global and what they want to do with it. If you have not been to a green carpet experience in Bradenton, you have got to come. You will have thousands of like-minded people in the room. The energy will be so strong. You will get the training that you need. You'll get to meet the corporate team that I can't tell you how invaluable that is, just to know that we're real, that you can talk to us. You'll meet leaders that have started down the same path that you've started down. They're just at a different level because of timing. So absolutely get to any event you can. If you're not all in, if you're just wondering if this is really for you, it's perfect for you. If you're already all in, if you're seasoned, you will come and you will walk away with something. Something will happen there, whether it's something you hear in the ladies' room, something you hear in the men's room, something you hear in the hall, something you hear that night, something someone says on stage, something someone says in passing, something that you need to hear, you will hear, and you will walk away and you will build an incredible business. So yes, I look forward to seeing you at the next event for It Works Global.